Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia and University of Pennsylvania, COE and CCRN site.
Dr. Lynch, thanks for joining me today on Zoom.
Anytime.
Today we're traveling in. It's the first day of our global challenge for to bring light to FA research all around the world, and you are at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, if that is correct.
That is correct, where I'm sitting right now.
All right. And can you give us a little overview of how CHOP fits into the worldwide clinical research scene for FA?
So we are the home of the Friedreich Ataxia Center of Excellence here at CHOP, in which we cover really all aspects of research in FA, as well as trying to work with other places around the world to facilitate their work. For example, this week here in the clinic where I'm sitting right now, we'll see people from 3 different clinical trials. We'll also see people from our natural history study where we collect samples, and then those samples will be sent out actively to people in the world, companies, other researchers such as Dr. Naparella and Dr. Bidi Chandani, as well as collaborating on phone calls and work with other centers around the country on things such as imaging studies, biomarker studies, and other clinical trials.
You know, I love that you use the word collaboration a couple times because that's a founding principle of FARA, as you know, and a very important thing in life, right?
It's the only way to get through.
Yeah. And so, can you comment on the importance of international collaboration, specifically in FA research?
So while we think the old model was that everyone did everything at their own place, but then you go to collaboration around the country in the places I've named. But we also send samples to some of the investigators in Europe to help expand their sample size and to see different populations so that they can do biomarker studies on the same samples we have, and we can compare them. In addition, several of the clinical trials coming up actually are international, as was the MOXIE study. So they were all working together on the same study.
Awesome. Dr. Lynch, I happen to know that you've been in FA research for 25 years. Is that correct?
Roughly 25 years. Admittedly, I'm only 29 years old, so I studied.
Okay. Nice. Very good. Okay. So you've been here so long. Obviously, I'm pretty sure you love what you do just because I know you and I know how you act at work and how driven you are to get what you need to do done. What do you love about what you do?
I think there are a couple things. First, you mentioned the collaboration. That a phrase I've used in the past in the FA field, everyone seems to drop their ego at the door. You see people much more open than you typically see in science and in negotiations with private entities. That's one thing. Second, of course, the patient population and the people I've come to love as my friends over time. That always is a prime motivating factor. And somehow I'll use a word that I sometimes use, destiny. Over time, it seems like this is what I was supposed to do. Now, that means it's grown over the course of 25 years and involves all those different parts. But clearly, you don't interfere with destiny when it occurs.
I like it. You got me a little choked up, and that's not hard to do. But thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for all you do for the FA community. And as we travel around the world, we're going to remember our time with Dr. Dave Lynch. And thanks so much for joining me this morning.
Anytime. You'll see me get my 250 miles in for the ride around the world.
Oh, yeah. Let me ask you about that. Let me ask you a little bit about your history of participating in Ataxia.
So
How long have you been riding?
I've been riding since the original one was the ride
Wait,
from Portland to Seattle.
did the lights just go off?
Yes, they did, because I'm sitting in a room, which is a smart technology room, that if I don't move, they go. So getting back to the question at hand, my initial ride Ataxia was in 2009, the one from Portland to Seattle, where we got rained on the final day, if you recall. And then as it transformed to a series of more local rides, I've been in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia every year since then. I suppose overall I've logged about something greater than 400, probably almost 500 miles.
Nice. And your team comes out to join you.
Yeah, the Riding on Fumes team will be out to ride again this year. Hopefully we'll have some fumes left.
Very nice. Well, thanks so much again, and I'll see you soon.
Thanks, Kyle. See you soon.